Hey guys, so today what I'm going to do is run through some basic exercises I tend to do on the TRX. I thought I'd just show you stuff I do when I'm at home. A lot of us have a difficulty getting into the gym, so having an easy program we can use at home, I thought I could just show you how I train and some of the really diverse exercises you can actually do with the TRX. Okay, cool. So I've got it set up now where you can actually see what I'm doing. It's this thing all depends on the angles you're going to use. So obviously the more I walk forward, the easier it gets. The more I walk back, the more extreme the angle gets and the harder it gets. The thing with this, see, your arms move as well, yeah? So you have to balance it out. So let's get this going. You can do this one of two ways. You can either use your leg and lunge, so you support yourself when you're doing it. You can alternate legs as well if you want to, and go back and forth, so you're both lunging, doing your upper body and your lower body. Or if you want to, you could just do your upper body, and use your chest and work your chest while you're going through. So you can do that. You can even, when you go down, you come up, you can cross over a bit and work the chest in two ways, all in one go. So you can actually, and if you come underneath the chest, you're going to work the under chest, upper chest, the top of the chest. So depending on where you're going and how you're working it, it has an effect on the muscle group you're working. So there's one exercise you can do. I'm going to carry on with my session as I hit different exercises. I'll show you them as I go along. So the next one's going to be like what we call a fly, where you're using the chest. So let's do this. So you can go onto the fly. Using the same technique, obviously, more extreme, the harder it is. Step your leg forward, come in really deep. Let's just move myself around. Really deep and lift, really deep and lift, really deep, and that way then you can get a really nice stretch on the chest, because you're using all of your body weight. Depending if you're up here, I told you it's a lot less hard, so you can step in, but obviously I've been working on this for a while, so I'm just warming that chest up. If you get good at this, you can actually eventually just move on to using it without your legs, and that really helps to get that chest working. I'll move straight on to the one on your back. It's exactly the same as that, except obviously my back is now going to be doing the work. So you can get yourself at a nice angle and come up and slowly raise back down. And that works all of those back muscles really nicely through the shoulders. If you want to work the upper muscles, you come up this way and you do a Y. You can go from a T to a Y. And you can do that as well. That works all of the back and the shoulders really, really well. Then you've got the next exercise. So I'll show you. You can come here. And what you're doing is you can go into a squat, back up and pull. Into a squat, back up and pull. And you do these and it works your legs and your upper back. If you want to, you could just work your back as well. And obviously the more extreme the angle, the more you actually put stress on the back muscle, and it works it deeper and deeper. Another one I kind of like with this is, let's just shorten one of these straps a little bit. You lift this up, come to this angle, you reach out with your hand and you come back up. So it's basically feet position, kind of spread out, facing the direction you come from. So you are rotating the body around from that point. You don't start with the body in a side position. You start with the body in this position and you're reaching back and in. And that exercise obviously works the bicep, chest, shoulders, and you're pulling yourself back up, twisting yourself in. So if you're doing this motion, as you're pulling yourself up and going back, you're also rotating all of your muscles in your body, and it's really good for all of the core. Another good one I really like on this, during my session, I'm running you through a few things that I do. Let's level these up. So once I've done the row, the chest, you can actually do something I call the Superman. You've got to get these kind of relatively low down between your knees, and you come up and down, come up and pull down. And that works all of your core muscles and your stomach muscles, and you're going up onto your toes as well. So that works your calves, your stomach, your core, some of your chest, your arms, your shoulders. It works everything. And the trick is you don't overextend your back. Always keep your back a little bit bent, because when you're in this position, if you're like that, you can go too far in the other direction. So always keep your back nice and pointed and you're coming in. So it's just a really nice kind of powerful movement, and you're doing this. So that really helps, and that works as well. Let me have a little think about what else we can do. There's some floor exercises which are really good. They're very tough. I'm just gonna level these up. Bring this one up a little bit. It only takes a second to level these out. Perfect. Now I'm just going to pause the camera in a second so I can just get the angle right. So I'm ready for some torture now. This is a killer. So make sure you get your back strong and your core strong before you attempt some of these, because they're a bit harder. So there's ways of getting your feet in here a bit easier than this. But I just hook my feet in. Come here. Hook my feet in. Get myself down into this position. So this, basically, you can do body in a nice position, bum up in the air, and lifting the knees up. You can do a press up, lift the knees up, do a press up, or you can just do this. If you're finding it hard to hold yourself on your arms, you can come down onto your elbows and do the same exercise. And this is really good for the core and the stomach. It's incredibly hard. Hardest sit-ups I've ever done for the stomach, because you're not only just working the stomach, because you're in this position, you're having to hold the body already. So as soon as you lift those legs out, you're activating all of those inner muscles, especially the core muscles. It's phenomenal for that. Lower back, glutes, legs, everything all get a workout with this. And the arms, because you're holding yourself. Just holding yourself in this position is hard enough. And if you stay like that for 10, 15, 20 seconds, that's very difficult. So there's another great one. You can actually work your hamstrings in this position as well, just by hooking your heels in. Get yourself just slightly away from the center, and what you do is you lift your bum up. Oh, heel come out. You lift. Now that's a common problem, so try that again. Yeah, now I'm hooked in. You lift your bum up and heels. Bum, heels, and you're lifting yourself up. And that's really good for the hamstrings and the back of the legs, and also the lower back. So these are all things you can do on a TRX, you've got a couple of dumbbells handy. You don't need to be heavy. Let's just lift this up quickly. Got a couple of dumbbells handy. Don't necessarily be the heaviest ones. These are only 5 kilograms. A couple of lifts with the shoulders. And don't just go like this. That doesn't help. Just nice up. Let it slowly drop. Up and slowly drop. Doing this will work the muscles more than just swinging it and dropping it. Because then you're swinging it up and you're dropping it. Slow movement up, really slow on the way down. And that will really get those shoulders, getting a bit out of breath, shoulders and arms working. You can actually work the biceps on this as well, and the triceps, just by a little bit of adjustment and leaning back. You can obviously pull your biceps up, work your biceps. And then you can work your triceps exactly the same way, just by isolating them as a muscle group. And then a really good one is one I really love for the legs. Let's just top you down. This is hard. One of the hardest exercises I've done for my legs. It's basically get yourself in a good position, and all you're going to do is bring one leg out in front of the other. I slightly rest the heel on the floor, and what you're doing, let's move this mat because I always slip with a mat. What you're doing is down with your bum, back up. So you're sitting with one leg and coming back up. So they're one leg squats, and you're balancing obviously with the straps. So if you find you're going to go off balance, you could twist the straps to get yourself back in balance. This is really hard, and if you can't do those, you can actually do lunges to the back, come up, lunges to the back, and you're doing the arms as well when you do the lunges to the back. They really work all of the muscles, and you get in a whole body workout. As you can hear, it starts to get me out of breath pretty quickly. So these are some really good exercises. Some of my favorite that I love to use on the TRX. Just a short one. Get yourself moving. And you can see I've also got the pull-up bar. So I do some pull-ups on the pull-up bar as well. That works really well for me. And I can actually put my little chair here at the base, hook my toes on, and actually support and do supported pull-ups. Actually, I'll show you a supported pull-up so you get what you do if you want to start doing pull-ups. It's a good way of doing it. Give me a second. So here we go on the supported pull-ups. So you put a chair kind of in between, because the hardest thing for most people is getting started to do the pull-ups. When you get the strength in the upper body, it's a lot easier, but getting in the first place is an absolute killer. It's one of the hardest things to do. So you just hook your hands on, stand on the chair, yeah? Put your toes like this, cross your legs, so when you drop down, you can then use your leg power to help you to pull up. That way then, you're supporting your body until you get the strength in your upper arms and your body to be able to do a normal pull-up. And that way then, you can slowly over a period of time get to that point that you can remove the chair and do the pull-ups without it. So that's how you do a supported pull-up. And that helped me a lot at the beginning because I didn't have the upper strength in my body, didn't have the upper strength in my muscles, and I literally could manage about 1 or 2 pull-ups when I first started. It was a killer. Now I can get about 7 or 8 straight off, depending on the day. But that took me the last 4, maybe 5 months of slowly getting myself fit to get to that point. So I'm going to do the ice bath after this. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you for tuning in.